Hi, my name is Ethan Colacci. My student ID is right here. Um, I'm doing P50, the competitive stepper game. So here's my ID. All right. So basically, the desired function of the system is to have two players driving two stepper motors with two laser diodes controlled by joysticks. And the goal is for them to try to hit their target faster than the other player. And when this happens, the game is over and the player who hit the target fastest wins. This has all been achieved using several different components and different modules. So first, let's go quickly through the modules. I'll show you what we have. So very quickly, we have the power supply. Now there are two power supplies for reasons that are explained in the project description, or sorry, the project report, because there's too much power being drawn by these stepper motors. So we have the clock module, which is driven by an NE555 timer, capacitor, potentiometer. We have what these two on the sides are here. I would call them the stepper driver modules. We have the 4017 counter. It's a Johnson counter or a ring counter. A decade counter, that being said, and to achieve the 4-step counts, what happened is we connected the, or I connected the reset pin to pin 4, so it only counts 0 to 3, creating a 4-step, and that I did for both of these. To control the direction, you can see this in the Falstad or in the direction control module, I would call it, is 2 sets of AND gates with an inverter. And it's kind of like an open-closed gate. So if the joystick is on one side, it causes it to spin one direction. That's from this comparator circuit over here, which is the direction input module. This has a signal that is sent and inverted or not inverted, and controls which output goes on. So if it's like left, let's say, it outputs the left sequence. And if it's right, it outputs the right sequence or allows the right sequence to flow through. Okay. Now moving on, there is an OR gate just at the bottom. You see if both of these are OR gates, and these allow either the right or the left, not both at the same time, obviously. Let's see what else. This here is the system clock disable logic. So the clock has to disable with very specific logic. This is the original idea I had that's installed on this circuit. That being said, I did come up with a much better solution, the motor control logic. And this actually, if I were to open this circuit for you, sorry, this sub-circuit, could do load model circuit, you could see it actually takes the 4 inputs that could control whether the motor stops or starts or is disabled, counter disabled, and it actually has a logic for all of them, because to reset back to the 90-degree, you have to have a logic that says, okay, so the game is over and the limit switch has not been clicked, so we have to actually run the motor still even though the game is over, and until it hits the limit switch. So that actually caused some problems, and I just came up with that recently, so unfortunately it's not installed in the circuit. That would be a deviation from the project description, is that when the game is over, these motors don't restart and go back to their limit switches, although you do see they're still installed. Now for the game over controls, basically it's just a simple RS latch. If the laser diode hits this photoresistor, it turns on this blue LED, but also latches something in the RS latch. Now it has to use an inverter because the RS latch has a low input, and it latches on, and then to reset, it's this reset system button. So very quickly, I'm going to go through a quick demo. I'm just going to use one motor here. You see I'm driving motor 1, and we turn until we're about at this LED. Now, of course, if you can see the heights, so we have to hold this clicked here, and then we light that up, and you can see here the blue LED is lit, and when I move either joystick, the motors do not spin. The lasers will still go off, but that's not a problem for us. And then to restart the sequence or to restart the game, what you'll do is click this restart button, and now you can move everything again.